Well, if you've been working with our species database application and using the sample database, which has got some 200 odd entries in it, that if you want to add a family name, a species family, to the record, you can just come across here to this field, tap in here, and you have a choice of, and we've added quite a lot to the latest version of SppDb. Now in this case I know that this particular species is a member of the family Myrtaceae, so I simply need to click on it. Similarly, I can click on a down arrow alongside height and width and get a whole series. It's very easy to add to them. Let's imagine that this particular one is maybe a meter by a half meter in size. We go up to basic data and height and width, and we can add one, and we can say well, let's make it 0.8 meters by 0.5 meters, and we can add it, and there we are. We can close and come back here, and it happens to be at the top of the list. That means I can remove it. I'd normally put 0.8 MT, and you can see I've made a spelling error there. MTX is clearly incorrect, so I will delete that later. But if you use a brand new database, and we'll just close from here, and we won't try and save any of the entries there, and we go File New, and we'll call it Test 5, and open it up. Here's the new database, Test 5. We could type in the botanical name, come in here for the image URL and paste it. We can download it and save it. I've already done it, of course, so it's there. And we can add the streptomine. It's streptomine saxicola. But when I click here, see, I don't have any species or height, width. None of these fields here have their associated drop-down list. However, you can add them quite easily. Well, the way to do that is to go to Basic Data, Species Family, and down here in the bottom of this dialog box you find the Import option. So then go to your Documents folder, then to SppDb, and here's our species family, and just click it, and it will automatically import. And if we now go there, there's our big long list. So you can do exactly the same for all of the other fields in the database, and once it's done once, this new database, which we're calling Test 5, will always have that big long list. You can edit the list either by going back here and species family. I'm going to add a record here, or edit a record. If you find, as you may well find, your species belongs to a family that's not in this list, you simply add it. So it's a slightly tedious thing to do. It might take 5 minutes or so to add all of these drop lists, but once it's done, it's finished for the life of that particular plant database file. So I hope that helps.